That's a shame. All right. Well, I'll record it from now on anyway. Any other questions from anybody?
Could I just ask a quick question about signposting for mindset?
Yeah.
Because when you referred to somebody on the team that blew their account, I've noticed that trading makes people greedy on my team. Right? So there's this urge that they've, like, we talk a lot about lot size and risk, but if they say, for example, see an Eric Lucas or something coming in, and they're like, oh, they're always right, and then they risk more, and then if they lose, they chase. So how do you, like, where do you signpost somebody for, like, you're talking about trading mindset, but
Yeah, it's that's one of the issues with mindset, and we we cover that with a lot of the staff. All my mindset ones are recorded, but I don't want everyone to go, they're all an hour long. I don't want everyone to go through every single one. Um, but yeah, greed is one of the big issues in trading. And so what I say to people is it's okay to increase your lot size. I don't like it. I like people to always keep 1 to 2%.
yeah.
But what happens a lot of times, some people have very small accounts. If they're on a live account, maybe they, funded it with 100, 200, $500. And, 1 or 2%, is, $5, $10. It's not exciting enough. It's not sexy enough. And so and they hear about people, oh, I doubled my account in 2 days. You
Mhm.
can do it. You're gambling, you're risking. You know that this guy sending out signals is mostly right. So if he says it's a buy, I'm going to put a lot of money on it. But that's not disciplined. And what happens is when it does go against you, no matter this, and that guy might be a brilliant trader. I'm not saying he's not a bad trader, but all the best traders, we all get it wrong because the market comes up and spanks us every now and again.
And that's what happened, and then they all got really cross. Like, it's definitely a mindset thing,
Yeah.
as in, and then it's kind of like, well, if you stuck with the 1% and compounded it, you will make the money, but it's just trying to get them into the good habit at the start, because they're all new. So all of them are only like 8 weeks in, and I'm just trying to find a way to get chop the chaff and get, like, collapse the timelines and get them quicker
Yeah,
into
it's
good habits.
the thing that I like to do is I try and get them to look at that 1 to 2% and the proper risk reward, 1 to 2 risk reward, and show them that they only have to win. They only have to win 4 trades out of 10. So look, if you get 4 trades right at a risk reward of 1 to 2, you got it right. So you're on the two. So 4 times 2 is 8. So let's call it $8 or £8. So you took 4 trades at a factor of 2. Let's say it was $1 a trade. You won $8. And you lost 6, but the risk reward is 1 to 2. So you only lost the one. So 6 ones are 6. So you lost 6, that's $6, but you won 4, but that's $8. You're actually up $2. That's what risk reward of 1 to 2 does. If you change that risk reward, then you can change it upwards and go for 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5, but that's not realistic. The TPs on Sniper Pro are 1 to 1 and 1 to 2, unless you do a tighter stop loss, which we also cover in bootcamp number 10. But the fact of the matter is, they're not using the total trading package. So if they're blowing accounts, that means they are not using a stop loss or they don't know how to use a stop loss,
Mhm.
because it's either in the wrong place, because if it was in the right place, they would just lose their one out of the 1 to 2 risk reward.
Mhm.
So a lot of people don't trade with stop loss. Well, that's in the trading plan. Most of these guys don't have a trading plan.
Mhm.
It's pinned to the top of the Sniper Pro Traders group. Get them in there, get them to download that trading plan. Yes, it's all pretty preloaded with Sniper Pro entries, but if they're following Trend Wave or I think that a lot of your team follow Trendwave, then just take my entries out. It's a Word document. You can edit the whole thing. Take my entries out and put your own entries in. But then you follow those rules. Even if, Jake or Sean or James or Tony or anyone comes up with a great trade, you can only risk 1 or 2% of your capital, and you should be aiming for a minimum 1 to 2 risk reward. The other thing that you can do when you're consistently profitable is you can increase your lot size as per plan. What does that mean? Your plan might say this is a little bit more advanced, but when you get into people who want to go very quickly, again, that means consistency. So what that means is take 5 trades at a risk reward of 1 to 1, or sorry, a lot size of 1. When you get 5 wins, then increase the lot size by double. But you stay on that lot size until you win another 5 in a row. When you take 5 losses in a row, you've got to drop down to your original lot size again and carry on practicing. And so you don't want to keep increasing your lot size just because you feel. If anyone says, I feel like it, I had a gut feeling, oh, I like the way that sounded, that is the mindset of a loser. We don't want anyone thinking. We want people following the trading rules. If you like that trade because it sounds good, you like that trade because it sounds sexy, you like that trade because this guy often calls out great trades, that is okay on a demo account. I don't care on a demo account. You can put as many trades as you want on a demo account. I still have a demo account. I'm sure Jim still has a demo account. Because we often want to practice something. Well, what happens if I do this? Well, what happens when this candle does this? Is that a real reversal? Let me try. I'm going to take a trade and see what happens. I'm going to put it on my demo account. I use my demo account all the time. When I'm training, I never use my account because I'm training. I use a demo account because I might not even be training on a particular entry. I might be training on a setup. I don't want to make entries on something that could risk my capital, so I do it on demo. You'll never, ever, should ever not have a demo account. But when you move from a demo to a live account, you better be able to get 45 to 50 points off that scorecard there. Otherwise, you're going to lose money. Might not be today, might not be tomorrow, might be next week. You're going to lose money. Guaranteed. That's just how it goes. And yes, people want it fast. People want it now. And when people start, we really we're doing a disservice to people if we say you can do it immediately. With Sniper Pro, I can get somebody trading the next day. Get on here, look at boot camp number 2 and just follow the rules. When you see a scorecard, get in. When you see another scorecard, get out. Just follow those rules and you'll actually start making money on your demo account. And then you start adding some layers in. Make sure the candle and the arrow are the same color. Make sure the trend direction is the same color. Make sure the sniper later snake is the same color. Make sure you're on trend. Those little things. Then your win rate will start going up. But you've got to go through that demo account to be able to see what the effect is of all those little actions before you can move to the next level. And yeah, it can be boring if you practice the basics. I say this all the time. When golfers they want to become good golfers, they don't go and just play games. They go on the driving range and practice driving over and over and over again. They put a little white ball down and they whack it. They put another ball down and they whack it. How many balls they have? 100. Tennis player, they just practice their forehand over and over and over and over again. their serve over and over and over and over again. They're not in a match, they're practicing. And they have a coach. And the coach has a system. And that's what we are. We're coaches with a system. And when you get away from what your coach tells you and you get away from the practice part, hitting forehands, hour after hour after hour. You go and watch any documentary on any sports person. Usain Bolt, he's famous for running whatever it is, 8 seconds. What went into that 8 seconds? 8 years of practice, 8 years of training, 8 years of leg work, 8 years of weight work to run 8 seconds. It's the same with anything if you don't practice those things. So yeah, it's very, very difficult. People, there's a lot of ego involved. There's a lot of, now, I want it now. Everything is, that's why we have 30-second reels on Instagram, because people can't focus for more than 30 seconds. 60 seconds, people want it now. If you don't capture their interest in 6 seconds, they're not interested. It's the now mindset, which, doesn't help you in trading, because you do need those basics, and it just pays you in the long term to practice properly. You can mess around all the time on a demo account. You want to say, oh yeah, this guy's good. I'm gonna risk my whole account on this trade. Fine. But the problem is that if it goes right, you're going to get cocky. If it goes right, you're going to say, oh, I know this. This is easy. I know how to trade. Look what I just did. And then you try and do it again. And maybe the second time it happened again. You think, oh my goodness, this is so easy. What was Alexis talking about? That we got to learn this for 6 months. That's a load of bull. I just made 2 trades and I doubled my money each time. Then ego kicks in, they make 2 more trades and boom, the account's blown. And then they get frustrated. They get frustrated. And guess what? It's not their fault. It's our fault. It's not their fault. It's Sniper Pro's fault. It's not their fault trading doesn't work. But it's their fault. Every single time I have somebody come to me and say they're having some issues, they're having some problems, I'm going to help them out. But at the end of the day, and I say it, people who've come to me and want me to be nice and gentle, what happens is I'm going to say it's your fault. Get your flipping act together, because it's your fault. You blew that account, it's your fault. You're not making the money you want, it's your fault. Why? Because it is. There's no 2 ways about it. Now, I'm going to say it like that because, I'm too old to mess around, guys. If you want the truth and you want to become a better trader, I'm going to tell you what you need to do. If you don't do it, that's not my fault. I don't care. It's not my money. It's your fault. If you want to get out your mum's basement, if you want to give up your job, if you want to buy a nice car, if you want to buy your mum a house, I'll tell you the steps that you need to do to make that. If you don't follow them, that is not my fault. That is your fault. And I say it nicely because people are going to do this. This is going to happen all the time. People are going to blow accounts all the time. People are not going to go fast all the time. And when you say go and do this, it sounds very boring. It sounds like it's not going to work. It doesn't sound sexy. It doesn't sound exciting. Well, I'm sorry, but it is just truthful. And so that's why people don't like hearing it. No one likes being told it's your fault, especially in today's society, because in today's society, it's nobody's fault. In today's society, we're all winners. We all get participation medals. We all get participation cups. That's not how I was brought up, guys. I'm old school. If you didn't win, you didn't get a flipping award. There was 100 people and one guy won. One guy got an award. The other 99 people got told, you know what? You weren't good enough. Try again next time. That's honesty. Same in trading. Got to follow the rules. And we're all rule breakers. It's the hardest thing. We're rebels. We're rule breakers. We're trying to be traders. This isn't your average 9 to 5 guy who's going to work and pushing buttons and looking at a computer screen. I mean, yes, we do a computer screen. We're entrepreneurial. We're mavericks. So following the rules to us is the thing that we hate doing. So it's so hard to do trading for all of us because that's not us. If I say to people, if you think in trading that is your first error, people say, what the hell are you talking about? But you don't want thought to come into your trading. You don't want emotion to come in your trading. You want to know what your entry rules are and follow them, and you know what your exit rules are. You know what then, when you're a maverick, when you're a crazy person, when you want to do other things, take the money you make trading and then go do crazy shit with the money you make. Don't do crazy shit with the money you're trying to make. Do the crazy stuff with the money that you are making at trading. And the way to make money at trading is doing this. Simple as that. We're already at the hour already and haven't even gone on to EU yet. Oh my goodness, guys. Let me just run through EU so I can show you a few setups here. Let's go to the 5 minute. Oh, let me just see what's happening. Look at the Fed rate. Now we're going way down. NAS overall down. US 30 overall down. You could have actually started trading that a little while ago, probably. About 15 minutes ago was the time to start trading. And it was heading down. It was heading down for sure.
Yeah, what time was it? It was yeah, about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, about 15 minutes ago, we got lots of signals across the board. I was on my rant, so we missed it.
There was a good candle on the that's 5 minute.
Bitcoin is down.
Yeah.
Silver's down. Oil is the only thing that's up. UK 100 went down. S&P 500, gold, NAS, US 30 all went down. Yeah, about 15 minutes ago, that would have been good trading time for any of those.
I got in on that one.
Even the pairs, Euro USD going down, AUD USD going down, GBP USD going down,
Hey,
everything going down.
except for oil. Remember you had posted about it too, about last week?
Yeah, oil is the only one that's going up. Yeah, I posted that about last week. So again, make sure you got your notifications on. Now we've got over, 1,000 people in the Sniper Pro. People are joining slower, so you're not going to get millions of notifications of people joining. So make sure you got notifications on the Sniper Pro traders community because there's a lot of good stuff in there. I've been posting videos and setups in there and everything else. Posted a couple of books in there as well today. Yeah, oil is going nuts. Oil is going crazy. Definitely. That's oil on the 5 minute. So you can see how crazy it was. That started around 8 o'clock this morning. So the dip in, the Fed interest rate didn't, affect oil. Obviously, it's more the war going on there, but prices going up there. Let's have a quick look at EU on the 5 minute because we did have some information on that and it was a good one. And we're only going to go back to here, I think. Was it 5? No, 440, was it? So 5 was 440. Right around there. Yeah, there we go. So we had two things going on with EU. And I'm going to show you EU. It's in the past, I know. But, we got a +5 here. Does my cursor shows up on Zoom, right? You can see my little yellow hand
Yes.
waving around. Yeah, okay. So we got a +5. We got a super sniper arrow right there. Super sniper arrow right there. +5 right there. But no red, no blue candle, no blue arrows there. Trend direction is red, so we can't take this. We all know that. This is Sniper Pro 101. But we do have divergence here. So remember that. Divergence is coming out here. This is going to give us a heads up that we're changing direction. We know the direction has been down because we're all red here. Our snake is red going down this way. Our trend screener is bearish, trending very strong. And we can clearly see if we throw a trend line over here, we can clearly see that it's angled down. It's not angled up. It's hitting it's hitting here, it's hitting here, it's hitting here, it's hitting here. So we know we got plenty of touch points to show it's going down. So we know that it's trending down. This is the old way of doing it. It's putting your trend line on that. Some people still do it because they like to see when it breaks out the top of that. I'm going to leave it on there in a minute to show you what that looks like. Let's just extend that a little bit. But this is telling you what the trend is. This is telling you what the trend is. The color of the snake and the direction and the fact that it's under the 50%. So the trend direction is right on the 50% line. So again, we're under it. Everything points to going down, except here. First of all, we have divergence, and hold on a minute, we might be reversing. Secondly, we had a +5 scorecard, blue, but we don't have any entries yet. Okay, so we have painted our stop loss, our TP and our TP1. As you know, this stop loss probably too far away. I wouldn't have it there. I would get my stop loss and I would look at one of these. Either I'm looking at my pivot point here, or I'm looking at the recent low, which is up there. In this case, I like the pivot point here. I'm going to put it here. Okay. Entry that they're calling out is right in the middle of this blue box here. That's our entry that they're calling out. And then when we do our risk reward, you know how we do that. We put it on our entry there. We put our stop loss down at their stop loss, Sniper Pro stop loss. And so we know that is 1 to 1.5. Now don't forget 4x is 1 to 1.5 and 1 to 3. So remember that. Okay. On the other things like gold and NAS and US 30, these are set up as 1 to 2. When you're on 4x pairs, it's 1 to 3. So it's even higher, the risk rewards, 1 to 1.5 and 1 to 3. However, look what happens. That is placing it there on that stop loss. There is my stop loss. It's right on that. Let's make it a little bit higher. It's right on that pivot point there, R1. So when we move our stop loss from there up to our new stop loss there, look what happens to our risk reward. Up to the top there, nearly 1 to 10 up to there. Down to here, 1 to 5. Just a bit below, 1 to 4.8. Okay, much bigger risk reward. Now, chances of us going up here, probably a bit high because look, we got to get through this pivot point. We got to get through this pivot point. We got to get through this pivot point. So, you know, again, we can look at this as a target. This is a target. We already have that as a target. This one is about the same up there. Oh, didn't take. That's a target. So now we know where all these targets are, and we know the actual target on there is 1 to 5. That's nearly 1 to 10. Let's get rid of that so it's not showing. So let's see what happens. We've marked that up. This is on the 5-minute, guys. So what are we doing now? We're waiting to see whether we get an entry here. Okay, so let's just see what happens. We're going. Oh, hold on a minute. Now what's happened here? We still have, let's open this up a bit. Don't forget at the back here, we got a banking level. So we're hovering around this banking level. Now we've got a blue candle, but we don't have a blue arrow. Our fast moving EMA, you can see behind there, just changed to blue. So now we're saying, oh, hold on, heads up. We could be heading up. What happened here? The sniper laser snake turned blue right there. And then boom, here's our blue candle with a blue arrow. And our trend direction turned blue. So that is our entry. We had to wait from here until it got to here. And we already passed through our original TP1, but we haven't got anywhere near our TP1 that Sniper Pro called. So if you got in here, that would be a good entry. And also what you notice here, see our trend line behind here? It's red, 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 red. Turns blue right there as it crosses there. And look, can't make this stuff up, guys. There's our trend line we drew earlier. We broke the trend line right there. Now, if this trend line I didn't draw in there, you wouldn't need to. Why? Because Sniper Pro has already told you where the trend line is. It's that one right behind there. It broke it right at the same place. That's the power of Sniper Pro, guys. You have the trend lines built in to Sniper Pro here and here. Right there, we changed to blue. Why? Because we changed trend direction right there. So do we need this white line anymore? No, we do not. Will you get taught about trend lines by other traders? Yes, you will. Do we need them on Sniper Pro? No, we don't. Okay, so your exit would not be there that Sniper Pro called out because none of this follows our rules. Our exit, if our entry would probably be there. That negates this one, so we'll take that one out. But our stop loss, if we got in there, where's our stop loss now, guys? It's on our PSARs here. So we're going to take our stop loss here. We're going to place it on the PSAR below our entry candle. So now our stop loss is there. There's our first TP, actually a bit higher there on that pivot point. There's also a purple EMA in the way. So we've got to expect there could be some resistance around this point. Let's see what happens. We do have divergence here as well. So we've got to be careful here. Let's see what happens when we go further on. Okay, we've got a blue candle. We got a blue candle, but it's got a red outline to it. We don't like that, but we've got nothing to be scared of yet. We still got blue arrows and blue candles. Now we've hit what is our new TP1 right here. This is the old TP1 still, but we've already hit one. And let's see if we go through this purple line. Let's see what happens. Don't forget, we might not do it in one go. Still blue candles, blue arrows, blue candle. Oh, there we go. Broke through the purple, broke through there. Can't make this stuff up, guys. Where are we going? We're going here. We are going here. Let's see if that's what happens. Blue candle. Oh, boom. 2 candles later, where do we go? We're going here. Can't make this stuff up, guys. Can't make this stuff up. So what are we doing here? Look, now we've got a banking level here, and right in the middle of the banking level is a gold EMA. Where's our ours? But we still have targets up here. I'm not sure we'll get up here. But the other thing you got to remember is now what's happening over here is we have Bollinger Band reversal areas right in here. And where are we getting? Right in our reversal area. So we got to be careful here. When I'm looking at this, I'm seeing these obstacles here and these obstacles here, but I'm looking at my reversal zones here. We have hit TP1. No, get rid of that. And our pivot points, there's no pivot points to get in the way. So we are expecting a reversal here. Oh, and what's that right there, guys? What's that right there? What's that right there? It's a red arrow. It's a red arrow right there. There's another red arrow. I'm out. And we took those pips. That's on the 5 minute. Now, does it mean we're going to stop there, or is it a reversal? You know what comes up must come down before it goes up again. So let's see what we're going to do. Is this a reversal? What's going to happen here? Let's see. Red arrow. Now we got transition candles. Oh, and we got a reversal candle with a super sniper. So you know it's going down. You got out up here, so you don't care. You're out down here. But let's see if there's a re-entry to get back in again or what happens. We keep on going, keep on going. This turned into a sell. Can't make this stuff up. We got divergence there. What does divergence mean? Right on there. If you didn't get in that candle, when divergence popped up there, and our sniper later snake changed from blue to red, and we got these red arrows, you were out right around here, and you would have got those pips moving up. Now we're going into sell situation. We're back on bearish. We keep going. Let's see what we do with this. Now we've got transition candles again. There's still red arrows. We're coming back down. Now what's this area here, guys? This is a retest area, right? This is a retest area. And don't forget, these bottom Bollinger Bands are all under here as well. And we know that this line here was based on well, it's now moved a little bit, so these are moving. So our Bollinger Band is based here. Our pivot point is based here. We just wick to it here. So what are we doing? This is how you do it, candle by candle, guys, as you're watching it. Oh, what is this? Blue arrow. Blue arrow right there. Blue arrow right there. So if you're in this cell, you're getting ready to go out. Why? Because you've got a blue arrow and you've got a pivot point right there. So you're getting ready for a buy, possibly. We went through the retest area though. Oh, booyah, off it goes. So let's see, let's reverse this now because we took all this going up. Let's reverse it. When we got the volume super sniper here, we probably were entering around the middle of that candle there. Okay, and our stop loss, let's put this is our TP. Don't forget we're going down now. And our stop loss is up here somewhere. Okay, so don't forget, now we're heading down. We've got a super sniper arrow here. We've got a volume here. We've got a reversal candle here. We crossed the purple EMA right here. And so our entry is right around there. Our cloud behind turned red. We've got a red arrow is okay on a golden candle. Can't be on a gray or a blue one, but it's okay on a golden candle because a gold candle is a reversal candle. So our entry is here. Our stop loss, because we haven't got anything to go on and we didn't get a scorecard, we have to figure out where the stop loss is. Where are we going to put it? We're going to put it just above this recent high here. So we'll put it about, let's see, we want about 2 pips above that recent high there. So I'm going to put my stop loss there. There's our entry right there. There's our first TP1 right there. And our other exit is going to be our TP2 is going to be right on this pivot point here. This is all in bootcamp number 10, guys. If you want to watch that and go through it, it'll tell you exactly what is going on. Now, what's going to happen is you're in here, you got red candles, you got red cloud behind. Look at this, can't make this stuff up. You got your divergence there, you know it's going down. You got 1, 2, 3 bullet points right there. We turn red, apart from that little blue there, but it wasn't enough to get us out because we didn't get a blue candle, we didn't get blue arrows, and our PSARs are still above all the way down. So we're staying in this one, even though we got one blue trend direction change. We're staying in all the way down, all the way down. This one, blue candle here, blue arrow there, sorry, is our indication we're getting out. What else happened? It hit our pivot point. Our pivot point is a resistance level, and also our lines coming over here from our reversal areas. You know, our Bollinger Band, the reversal areas. You're right in the middle of the reversal areas. Your candles change to red. Right there, the candle before the big one, if you saw it quick enough, changed, the snake changed from red to blue, and it was oversold, and you could have got out there. Now, what happens? There's your stop loss here, this red one. What are we doing with our stop loss? We are running down these PSARs, moving our stop loss. Don't have to do it one by one, but you can do it every 2 candles, every 3 candles. You're dropping it down, dropping it down. Now you're at break even right here, okay? But it's still dropping. Now you've got back to red candles, red arrows. You're dropping your stop loss PSAR by PSAR by PSAR by PSAR. Okay? If you missed that candle and this candle suddenly shot up, what's going to happen is you've protected some profit with your stop loss here. Even if you missed your exit here because it turned blue and you got bullet points and this, the blue trend direction didn't change till that big reversal candle. It was such a massive candle. That is what your stop loss is for. Your stop loss is not a strategy of where you make money or don't lose money. It's a strategy that if this happens, you're not going to get caught out. That's what a stop loss does. And that's why you want to be aggressive with your stop loss, moving it into position. This is on the 5 minute, could be on the 1 minute, doesn't matter. That's how that trade went. Okay, and I know a couple of people wanted me to run through that trade to show them how I would have taken a nice trade up here, just following the rules, and got out up here. And then immediately, because we're scalpers, we don't care. Just because we got out of it doesn't mean we can't get back in it, going the other way. And we're going to get in on this reversal candle. And we're going to take all the way down here. If we got out because we're scalpers, I would have dropped down to the 1 minute right here. So right here, because I'm scalping, I would have dropped right down here. Put that in there so we can see where we're at on that candle. Look what happened here, guys. We're right down. We're in the reversal range right here. We've got blue candles, blue candles, blue candles all the way along here. We've got some blue candles, blue arrows and some blue candles here. We've got to be getting ready, finger on button. Look at this. That just before it reversed, we got divergence. Can't make this stuff up, guys. Can't make this stuff up. If you got out round at the bottom, we went down below our TP2. We know there's a pivot point. The other pivot points are miles away down here. We're in our reversal area. We get out here and we would have taken full profit down to here. If we didn't, it would have rebounded immediately up and taken us out here. Now on the 1 minute, it wouldn't even have got on here, because when we saw this candle here, we can see divergence, snake turn blue, trend direction turn blue. We would have been out on this candle, so our stop loss wouldn't have been up there, it would have been right there, and you would have taken all the pips from there all the way down to there. Does that make sense, everyone? I know I went quickly because we're over time. I just wanted to explain that to everyone. Is that clear for everyone? Does everyone like that?
Yeah.
Yeah,